and welcome back to Capitol Update. We're in the studio with Representative Phil Sterner. Representative, thanks again for dropping by.
I appreciate having me today.
We appreciate your time, and I know that your time is limited. The legislative session is busy, and this one especially, so you've gotten a lot done in just 6 weeks. But I'm always curious. I know people have a picture of you here at the state capitol, on the floor of the House, working in committees, you know, passing bills, and that sometimes is something unfamiliar to us. But I know that there's a lot more to being a state legislator. What else do you do in your district, in your role as a state representative?
Well, there's many things I do. I still stay active in a lot of the groups. You know, I'm a Rotary member, you know, Rosemont, for example, one of my groups, and also I'm active in the Apple Valley Chamber of Commerce, for example. So we'll stay active there, but I also go to, you know, ribbon cuttings, or we work with constituents on issues that affect them, you know, as well, and looking at like if there's a pension meeting or so, we look at other issues as well.
You came to the legislature after a pretty extensive period of time in your community as a volunteer, whether it was coaching youth activities or serving on the city council, on a park and recreation board. Do you feel that that volunteer experience is something that really served you well coming here?
Oh yes, because you see the different needs, you know, up front and on a first name basis and a first person, and then now you're able to make it happen, you know, with a broader picture on it.
What's the best way for constituents to share concerns with you? I know that you have meetings in your district. Do you encourage them to come to the Capitol too? Oh,
absolutely. I mean, we try to encourage them to meet with me as easy as for them. So we have coffees usually, you know, once a month. You know, come to those. Write me an email. You can try to, you know, call. You know, when I'm on the floor, we get back to them as soon as we can, or other ways, or even send me a letter in the mail if that's best.
What's the most? I guess people coming to the Capitol sometimes are intimidated. Sometimes they haven't been here for a while. Sometimes they may have never been here. But they've really got an issue that's important, and they decide, I'm going to go talk to my representative. What advice would you give them about sharing their story with you?
Well, I guess the best thing is just to kind of, you know, make it come personal what they're feeling, and usually, like, we'll have meetings where our meetings are somewhere between like 10 and 15, 20 minutes kind of thing. So somewhat, you know, make the point that they're thinking and go right to the point. And don't be intimidated by, you know, where our meetings are going to be, because sometimes it might be off the floor, it might be at my office, or what have you. So we'll make it work for the constituent.
Have you gotten good ideas from constituents about laws to carry forward, or maybe laws that aren't working that you've been able to remedy?
Oh, absolutely. Many of the laws that we have, or the ideas that we can do, come from constituents. You know, whether it's voter issues or water quality issues. They come from the constituents, so it's very valuable information.
A couple of the laws that you've actually authored and had signed into law came from constituents. I know that you authored last session a bill to prevent shaken baby syndrome. That actually came from a contact with somebody who came to visit you?
Yes, yeah, it was kind of concern with a child care, you know, center and that then for some safety for the children, and it was also through some information that the shaken baby syndrome was with older children than that was currently protected under the law.
And so I also know that you are a big proponent of if there is not a law that's necessary, there are other avenues to take care of it. You also were working on something with asphalt shingles. Is that an example of maybe finding other ways to tackle problems? Oh,
absolutely. Yeah, there's more than just legislate. We're also doing issues in the district and problem solving, and if I can do it without legislation, I think that's always the best thing in working within our current laws. So, like you mentioned, the shingles issue, you know, we're able to use SKB that had a market to put these shingles in the roadway. We're able to work with the solid waste company as well as the Department of Transportation to be able to allow that recycled shingles to go on our roads.
So your best advice to people is just to keep in touch with you? Is that the best thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, we always like to hear from the people in the district, and so we can make things happen.
And that's exactly what we're about too, making things happen, making sure that you know who your representative is. Thank you so much for dropping by, Representative Sterner.
Great, thanks.
And thanks for joining us on Capitol Update. We'll see you next time.